What's good, YouTube, and welcome back to the channel. Christian here again with another video, and I might have found the most fun way to play Sparking Zero on accident. Okay guys, so as you see, I'm here on the DP battle screen once again. I was recording my Super Boo video, and I just put a team together just to highlight my Super Boo. So I put my favorite two characters together, just Super Boo and Frieza Super. And then I just rounded out the team with Raccoon here because I just wanted to record some footage for my Super Boo video. And I ended up making this team right here. And you'd be surprised to hear that I was destroying people with this team. And then I started wondering, what if my opponents also had 3 characters instead of 4 or 5? Like, what would the game look like, right? And what I came to realize is that by having less characters on the teams can start off a lot stronger, do more damage, and it looks a lot more like singles, which is, in my opinion, a good thing, because as we know, DP battle is largely unsuccessful right now. Like, no one wants to play DP battle, really, if we're gonna be honest. So in my opinion, it needs a lot of changes, and I think one of the changes that could be implemented is creating a 3v3 DP ranked mode. Obviously, I don't expect Bandai to do that because they're not very creative with the game modes. Okay, we have basically unrestricted single battles for ranked and unrestricted DP battles for ranked, which in my opinion is not very competitively fun. I would like to see more game modes such as 2v2s, 3v3s, singles with restrictions on DP, stuff like that. Creative solutions to ranked game modes, but we'll see if Bandai implements anything like that. As of now, I'm going to the community. I'll woohoo if you're watching, host a tournament, man, a 3v3 DP battle tournament, because once you lower the limit on characters, when you make it 3v3, the meta shifts quite a bit. You could fit more powerful members on your team. As you saw, I had a 6-6-3 team. You could even fit 8 DP characters on your teams. So you could go with an 8-5 team. So 8-5-2, just like this. And the good thing is that because you have less characters, you can't really hide behind the switch mechanic as much, okay? So characters get damaged way faster. They get actually down during the match. The matches actually end instead of going to timeout. So a 3v3 ranked DP mode would be really fun and really good for the game, in my opinion. Another setup that you could do, instead of an 8-5 team, you could have a 7 lead. So these characters that I usually say that are in 7 DP purgatory, basically 7 DP is a lot of cost. So people opt to go for 6 DP instead. You could start to pick a 7 DP lead, for example. So as you see, you could fit very powerful people on your team, and that just makes it to where the matches are actually going to end, damage is actually going to be dealt, and matches are going to look a lot more like singles, in my opinion. Whoever wants to host the first 3v3 tournament, I will sign up to watch that. But for this video, I'm going to be simulating 3-man teams. I'm going to provide a couple examples and going into actually quick play. And luckily, I do have the edit button to make it seem like my opponent only has 3 members. And we're going to simulate what that might look like. So let's start the video right now. So first team up is the team that gave me the idea for a 3v3 mode. And that is a Super Boo lead and a Super Frieza as my second character with the Raccoon tank in the background, okay? As you know, Super Boo is my favorite character, and I do have a video showcasing him on my channel if you want to learn how I use him. The good thing about having a 3-man team here is that we start 6 DP and we have already another 6 DP waiting in the background. And as you see, I'm doing so much damage to Bardock because he's only a 4 DP character. So I'm putting a lot of damage on this Bardock. Now, if my opponent had a 3-man team as well, then maybe he would have an 8 DP lead or a 7 DP lead, something similar, and this would be a closer match. So I would like to see a tournament where that happens, just to see how the meta shifts, like what becomes meta when you restrict the characters to only 3 each. The matches become symmetrical at that point, so potentially the power of each team would be more even, maybe. I have to test that out. The good thing about having a 3-man team versus a 3-man team, like I mentioned, is that damage is more meaningful because you can't really hide your characters with the switch mechanic as well. You are kind of forced to get your character out there. In my opinion, matches would actually end if there was only 3 characters. Matches would also be more momentum based, more similar to singles, which would allow people to be more offensive and not have to camp as much, because basically matches are not going to go to timeout, then health preservation doesn't become as important as ending your opponent's team, which is what we want for DP battle to become more fun and more dynamic, right? So 3-man teams could offer that. The one thing I will say though is that we need to be careful with the giants. If you are going to host a 3v3 tournament, I would limit it to 1 giant per team, because stacking 2 giants on a 3v3 could be a little too much, but who knows? We don't know. We've never tried it out, so I don't know what the meta would look like, and that's why I want somebody to try it out. As you see, my golden Frieza here is very offensive, doing a lot of damage. And to make matters even worse, I still got my Super Buu basically full health in the background, just getting ready to destroy my opponent's team. And that's why I love the idea of a 3v3. I want to see, for example, my Super Buu go against the MUI sign. You know, I do have a video on my channel of me almost perfecting a MUI sign. I would have to see that, you know. Go with that 8 DP lead. I go with my maybe 7 DP Buu tanks or something, with a 6 DP in the background, and let's see who wins. Like, I want to see that happening. As we see, Frieza is completely dismantling my opponent's team. If this was a 3v3, my opponent would already be almost dead, okay? But of course, my opponent does have these low DP characters on his team because he doesn't have a 3 DP team, okay? So maybe he would have more powerful characters fighting me and it would be a closer match. But right now, my Frieza is just doing whatever he wants to my opponent's team. Look how oppressive my Frieza is. Like, he has no breathing room here. Now sadly, I am not very good with sparking, because I don't use it much, but I am trying to improve it. I feel like sparking is going to become more of a part of my game moving forward, especially because people like to spam a lot of explosive waves. So having sparking just allows you to spend their explosive waves and do meaningful damage in a burst manner to kind of prevent them from just turtling you with explosive wave. Now, the one thing I also wonder is, if you were to restrict teams to 3, would it improve the online experience? Because having 5v5s, I feel like is very intensive for the game, which is why it makes it lag a lot during DP matches. And sometimes I'm surprised with how well my opponents can fight in lag. I think because they are DP players, they're kind of used to it, so they're like the lag masters, you know. Whereas me, like, a little bit of lag really affects me really bad, because I play a lot of singles. So, but anyways, here we go with my Buu tanks, my boy, my favorite character in the game. Do the super, it's unblockable. Maybe he didn't know that. So his Gohan's almost dead. And like I mentioned in my Super Buu video, I could just transform right away because it's only 1 skill point to transform again. And because I have a 3-man team, then I don't really care about switching that much. I just want to put offense down on the opponent. Sadly, he had after image, so he's putting a lot of damage on my Super Buu. But look at my key, I'm full key right now, and with 4 skill points. So a couple after images. Now I can't vanish that because it's DP battle delay, and like I mentioned, DP battle delay just makes supers a lot harder to vanish. I catch him slipping. That ends his Gohan. And then his Bardock comes out, and he's also low health because he was fighting my Frieza earlier. My Super Buu is just allowed to end him. And that is basically GG's. If this was a 3v3, that would be the end of the match. And just like that, victory for me. Okay. Now, second team up, gonna highlight an 8 DP lead. I'm gonna lead with Hit for this team. And I'm gonna go with Goku from Super as my second character. Means I only have one character that has to transform. And the thing about having 3-man teams, transformations maybe become a little bit higher risk because you won't be able to switch as much during the match. Your characters, you only have 3 characters, so you can't turtle with the characters in the back line. You have to fight, which is what I like about 3v3s. It's a lot more like singles. So I'm using Master Roshi as my 2DP tank in the back line. Let's see how this team does.
Wow! You look just like me.
Okay, so I start with Goku because I want to gather skill points for transformations right away. And you know, 5DP Goku is not as squishy as 4DP Gohan, so he can fight hand to hand. He's a 5DP character. He has better stats than Gohan does. Now he has Mid Goku, also a 5DP character. Actually, this is early Goku. This is a 4DP character, so I should have the advantage here, but he catches me slipping. Like I mentioned, banishing supers in DP battle lag is very tough. So if you see my gameplay, it's probably not going to be as good as my usual gameplay just because of that delay. The delay is just substantial. Some matches are borderline unplayable, which is why DP battle is not popular. Not necessarily because it's DP battle balance, but because of lag, in my opinion. So here we go with the first transformation. Now I'm at 8 DP characters, so now I have 7 DP, I think. So now I have a 7 DP character and an 8 DP character on my team, which means I'm going to be doing a lot of damage to these characters right here. Just like that, I make up the difference. He's basically almost dead now. If he doesn't get his Goku out, I'm going to kill him. Tracking issues activate, which is why I don't play a lot of Goku, because his tracking issues are pretty bad across the board on all versions, at least in base form. And alright, so I get his early Goku out of here. Just like that. Now bring my hit out, another powerful character against his 4DP Gohan. And my delay is really bad here, guys. So I'm like trying to press inputs, but they're just slightly delayed and it's messing me up. Luckily I can vanish, so the delay is not as bad as it was a couple of matches before this. Where I couldn't even vanish on second hit, which is just makes this game unplayable, which is why DP battle is a ghost town. He goes ahead and transforms right away. It's a smart play by him. He has still most of his bars left, but look how much damage I'm doing with hit here. Insane. Which is why having an 8 DP character and a 7 DP character on one team just will make it more likely that matches will end. And if you restrict the other opponent to only having 3 as well, that we can see matches end in DP battle. I wish we had a ranked 3v3 DP battle mode. That would be an interesting meta to watch and play. And just like that, I end his Gohan like it's nothing. Hit is a powerhouse. So you got his Master Roshi left. I got my hit and I got my God Goku in the back. Basically means I'm going to do insane damage to his Master Roshi whenever I even touch him. But he has this falling speed that is pretty annoying to deal with. I don't know why Bandai decided to change the falling speed. Like I mentioned, Bandai just changes shit for no reason that no one asked for. The falling speed was already appropriate with the base game. I don't know why we had to increase the falling speed. If anything, it just buffed Master Roshi because now you can't hit him with certain shit. So I attempt a super, but it misses. I thought it was going to break his guard, but I guess it doesn't. And here comes God Goku. And look how much damage I'm doing. Just a couple hits. Just like that, we end his Master Roshi, and that's essentially GG's. So now Goku Black comes out as his last character. You know, if this was a 3v3 match, the match would be over by now. But I do go sparking. And I'm going to put a lot of damage on his Goku Black here with my sparking. He vanishes my smash attack, but I get him on a trip and I continue my follow-ups. His health is just disappearing. And just like that, the Master Roshi's allowed to finish his Goku Black. And that is GG's. So as you see, 8 lead with a 5-second character able to transform. Pretty powerful 3-man team. Okay. Now, for my next team, I have an Android team. So we're getting with the meta Android 13, able to refill his key with a transformation. Then I'm taking somebody from the 7 DP Purgatory out onto the field. That's going to be Gamma 1. And to round out the team, we need a 3 DP character. I'm going to put my boy here, Cell Jr. Now, funny enough, I have more experience with Cell Jr. than the other 2 characters, which actually helped me during the match. Actually, Cell Jr. did a lot of work for me during the match. One thing I will say is that recording this video was pretty tough because I was getting like character whiplash. Basically, just changing 3-man teams like left and right. Basically just changes all your chains and all your abilities so fast that it was kind of hard to keep up with. I'm not gonna lie. Like some of these characters I've only touched once before. So, you know, revisiting them without warming up is pretty tough, guys. But anyways, as you see, you know, my Android 13 is almost dead here, but I'm able to transform already in sparking. He has super armor, which is pretty insane. I have a super explosive wave, and I guess he thought that was my ultimate because he tries to go sparking, which allows me to just end his trunks. And then Gamma 1 comes out against his Goku. But as you see, you're able to fit some of these 7 DP characters, some 7 DP androids that are basically unused because they just cost too much. In a 3v3, they might actually be viable. And as you see, my Android team just ends his team. Another example is that you can now implement manual fusions into your teams in a 3v3 format because you're able to fit some higher DP slots. For example, this 6 DP Kale here that usually gets unused. She could fit on a team now with Khalifa, and you could actually get off the fusion. And because, let's say in a 3v3 format, health pools are more equal than the regular DP format, fusing can actually help your health percentage. So if the match actually does go to timeout, which is very rare if you were to play a 3v3, it could actually help you with health percentage at the end of the match because you're basically fusing 2 characters into one, creating just 1 health pool instead of averaging 3. I know, you know, I'm trying to do math here, but just to explain, basically you could fight with the base characters, and once they get weak, you could fuse them together, and it's almost like healing your health. So it's actually a very powerful strategy, as I'll show right here. So as you see, my Kale is taking damage right now. We're pretty even in health, but I just lost a bar. I changed to Khalifa here. So I'm gonna fight this Goku here. I'm putting more damage on him. My opponent is a DP Battle Z rank, so he plays very weird. What I'll say about DP Battle Z ranks is that they basically play like optimized A ranks. Like imagine all the A rank strategies, but up to 11. That's how they play. But anyways, so I get the fuse here after my characters got damaged, and as you see, my Kefla comes out with almost full health, which basically means that my health percentage is now higher after fusion, which is a very powerful strategy. I would like to see if manual fusions actually become meta in a 3v3 format. I would like to see that. So if anybody wants to host a tournament, please do so I can watch it. As you see, my opponent loves supers, you know, DP Battle Z ranks. We'll do DP Battle things. But I block it. He tries to implement a buff, which allows me to just super him. So as you see, my manual fusion is doing very well for me in this match right here. Now he has a stereotypical 4DP Gohan trying to go beast. So he has a very meta team. He has a lot of characters as well, which is why I'm skipping forward. I had to fight basically till timeout. But here I go. So I go SS2 against Ultimate Gohan, and as I've mentioned before, when I have Kefla, I am not scared of Beast Gohan whatsoever, because Kefla does insane damage to base Gohan, Ultimate Gohan, and even Beast Gohan. If I gotta go hand in hand with Beast Gohan with Kefla, I'm not really that afraid. You know what I mean? So he tries the super again. He tries that the whole match. Just like that, Kefla is just doing insane damage to his team. And I'm gonna get to end his Gohan here. As you see, manual fusion did very well for me this match, and this against a meta team essentially. Okay, against a 5-man team. So here he comes with Zarbon. You know, I do a hard knockdown, probably because delay, he couldn't recover because the match was kind of delayed. Allows me to go sparking, catch and pressing buttons, so I just bust my ultimate. And if this was a 3v3, I would have been won this match. There's only 13 seconds left and I down like 3 characters already. So that's GG's for me. Win on timeout. So as you see, 3v3 can be a very fun way to play this game. Go ahead and try it in your private lobbies or even host a tournament so I can watch it. The main benefits of it is that you could fit more powerful characters on your teams. Characters actually get down. The engagements matter more because you can't hide behind the switch timer, and you're able to use some of these 7 DP characters that are largely unused because they cost too much in a regular DP battle setting. So go ahead and try it out. Let me know what you think. Wait for the next video. Peace out.